Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to the Summer Coaster Contest. Our first of 4 creations here today is going to Mermaid Treasure, created by Dorie, an advanced builder. And here they say, this is my first coaster submission. After participating in the first 2 challenges, it is also my first ever finished coaster in general, so some feedback is welcome. In Mermaid's Treasure, you will meet a giant mermaid and visit her underwater castle. She loves to decorate her home with lots of pearls and corals. If you are lucky, you have the opportunity to get a look at one of her beloved pet starfish, but be warned, you will get wet. At night, the reef and the castle will be illuminated by the moon and pink corals. And as an extra, or if you are afraid of coasters, you can also become a part of the local fish swarm. Hope you enjoy. Oh my god, this is adorable and amazing. Let's go. All right, wow, freaking wee. That is, this is all beautiful. Dorie is adorable. But this is incredible. Dorie, an up-and-coming builder. I definitely recognize the name from a few challenges. If I'm not mistaken, Dorie has gotten on the podium for a challenge or 2, potentially. And I'm super impressed by what you've done here. Oh, I missed it. I wanted to do orbits, so when this splashdown happens, she kind of like turns her head, and the way you wave the hair like that, and she closes her eyes. The mermaid is gorgeous. Really well done with the basic shapes there, and adding in some motion and some movers and triggered events to the giant mermaid there makes it larger than life. It has there's a lot going on here that's just phenomenal, as well as the nighttime lighting, right? It's really quite spectacular in terms of composition and, you know, focal points and scenery. one of the best I've seen throughout this contest in terms of the, you know, what we're looking for a captivating summer coaster experience, right? Beautiful scenery, beautiful queue. I mean, the queue could have probably been improved a little bit. You have it off to the side where you have so many beautiful areas throughout this park and scene that the queue doesn't really take us through that magic. It's kind of, you have to look off into the distance to see it. So maybe the positioning and where you navigated the queue could have been slightly better. Now, one thing, cascades are kind of tricky. It's a water coaster. You have multiple lifts on this, and I think one thing to think about is, you know, the momentum of the coaster before the splashdown. We go all the way up the lift, and then we get going, build up some speed, and then we immediately cut that speed off, right? We cut that speed off by hitting a splashdown and basically turning this thing into a log flume. And I think what would probably serve better in the future is to wait for the coaster to lose some momentum before hitting that splashdown. That way we get a little bit more coaster track and coaster ride. I'd say this section here is kind of depicting what I'm explaining there a little bit better, right? We're really getting a longer coaster experience out of the cascade before, well, I guess this could have been a splashdown here. There could have been a nice splashdown here into the boarding station, but that's kind of the point I'm trying to make is we cut the speed and we cut the momentum off before actually riding the coaster. But the second half of that kind of served that as well. So yeah, I think running the coaster dry before hitting the splashdown. Boom. See how fast it was going through that splash? So yeah, that's probably the one bit of feedback I would give there. But man, oh man, this looks amazing at nighttime. One of the best nighttime experiences for contest, and one of the most magical compositions at that, right? This is checking all the boxes for me. This deserves to win. Well, I don't know all the advanced builders off the top of my head, but I feel it, that this should be a top 3 creation for the advanced builder bracket. Simply because if we're looking for, you know, does it look good in a park, right? It's a coaster blueprint challenge. I want to place this in my park. It has a good footprint, right? Footprints are important. Maybe the pathing could have been slightly improved, tighten it up, and then have a little bit of random decorations, or just, yeah, tighten it up to the rocks a little bit. That's probably one thing I would change there. But still, good footprint. You didn't have to do the pathing there, and it still would have been good. Great sign with the coaster going above, and some great decorations there. Beautiful centerpiece, amazing composition, using movers, animators, and that sort of thing. Incredible nighttime lighting, right? I'd say the only thing I would probably improve is the queue, because it's off to the side and there's not a lot to look at here, and the queue should be part of the experience. But I mean, everything else is hitting on multiple levels. Great use of the glass panels as well. It's really a quite phenomenal build. Absolutely. Yeah, so what I was speaking of there is the coaster kind of drops down here and then it hits that splash right away. There's a lot to navigate here, and I think you could have gone 1 or 2 laps through here before that first splashdown. But overall, it's a very, very, very fun and lengthy cascade coaster, and I'd say the best of the contest so far. I feel like we've seen a couple, but they didn't really have a lengthy experience like this, right? At least from the top of my head, as I'm thinking of it now. So one of, if not the strongest water cascade coaster. We even have these custom supports at the pillars and all that. It's a beautiful, beautiful sand castle creation, and absolutely magical at night. Absolutely. Some of the best nighttime experience that I've seen throughout this contest so far. And I love the character. I love that you had a vision, a centerpiece, a focal point, and then you built a captivating environment around that, and a very fun coaster experience as well. So Dorie is somebody to look out for. Oh yeah, and the jumping dolphin, again with the movers. There were several movers throughout this, and I think that is, you know, a running theme with the legend builders in this community is, you know, incorporating those movers. But I mean, Dorie, you keep building like this, and I think, you know, you're going to be climbing up those ranks, and everything I see here is amazing. And I've definitely I'd recognize your name, and I know you've done well in past challenges, so I can't wait to see what you do next. Keep on keeping on, Dorie. A great way to kick off the episode. Absolutely amazing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next creation of the day is Pixel Bay by TinkyCat, a builder, and here they say, this is my first ever Channel 5 build. I'm not the best at coasters, but I gave it a shot. I wanted to do a whole pixel-style build, but quickly started to run out of pieces, so made the most with what I had. I hope you enjoy. Boom, short and sweet. Hey, I really like this. I am a fan of this pixel art. I think you did an absolutely amazing job with pixel art. We're gonna have to take a closer look at some of those pixel art creations. It's very challenging to do pixel art, even in just Photoshop, right? To pull it off in Planet Coaster, you must have been using squares or some sort of basic shape. Yeah, and so I could see where the piece count would get eaten up there. It's actually kind of ambitious, but shows a lot of personality, shows a lot of creativity. I like that you challenged yourself and took a stab at this and risked it, saying, hey, I'm gonna, and also this coaster layout is very smooth as well. I really like it. But yeah, you challenged yourself and said, I'm gonna risk it and see if I can do some pixel art without running out of pieces. Yeah, I mean, an idea like this is definitely best saved for like a future park contest where you have unlimited pieces. But I still think you did enough of it where it's good enough, right? Considering the limitations. There's enough of it everywhere where it has a good presence. And I recognize some of the pixel art as well. I feel like the whale is from a game I've played. For sure. I mean, you probably took inspiration from some sort of pixel game. Yeah, the nighttime lighting's really nice as well. Another little touch that I noticed that you did really nicely is the water. I think this is the first time I've seen someone do this in this contest, is recoloring the water and making like a rainbow wave. That is really nice. Really, really nice. I think what you could have done, and I was kind of hoping that this would reflect this at night, having a blue, pink, and green light here just to illuminate the water. That could, I mean, I have to see, but like, it's something to play around with. Maybe you tried and it wasn't working, but depending on the light source, there might be a good light that could actually, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, create that rainbow effect around there. That way they still have that illumination during the nighttime. Because the rest of the coaster was actually really nicely lit at night. I really like this color palette that you're going for with the pink, purple, and kind of blue. The cooler colors of the rainbow there. It's looking really sharp. It's looking really, really sharp. Now, these pixel characters are freaking adorable. Yeah, I mean, just one of these is, oh, it's on a mover, so I don't want to crash the game. I've had a few crashes lately on this park, but yeah, this is 117 pieces. So you can imagine the well is at least triple that. Moving dolphins, the palm trees look great. It's fun. It's fun. And the little Krabby scuttling back and forth. So good. Yeah, I would have never expected this, and again, it's a pleasant surprise. This is why I love doing these contests, seeing people's personality shine through these creations, people taking creative risks, doing different things. I really like it. I really like it. I would have never thought to see pixel art throughout this contest, and I think you did enough of it where it's quite fun, and we see it everywhere. Really cool creative idea. Now, footprint is nice, coaster's nice, and I just kind of wish we had a little bit more from the queue. But again, I know you ran out of pieces, so it's hard to give feedback and say, suggest this, and that, when the focus is the pixel art, and that consumes most of the part count. And it's about picking and choosing your battles, and when you're picking that as your battle, there is no other option other than to just try to make a nice clean coaster experience, fence it all in, and make a nice footprint, and you accomplish that. So I think it's a job well done. Absolutely. So great job on this one, TinkyCat, a builder to this community, brand new. Welcome to the community, and keep up the great creations. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next creation of the day is going to DeepDive, created by Hazard, another builder, and here they say, I wanted to create a coaster with a reverse switch track, and with that, there were a few requests from certain someone. It wasn't directed at me personally, but I still took it personally. Someone said, I want a spinning coaster that spins the direction it should spin. Someone said, I haven't really seen an aquatic underwater build. And for the community, crabs. Check. Anyways, the DeepDive and LSM spinning coaster dark ride. Imagine it's summer, you're on a holiday, let's say in the Bahamas, everyone's swimming, surfing, heading to the beach, you name it, but what lies beneath all that water? Well, today you're gonna find out by taking our guest tour at DeepDive. You'll explore the ocean in a small submarine. Watch out though, not everything in the ocean is friendly. Includes an ice cream shop, guest services, gift shop, photo booth, and staff area. Amazing. Good googly moogly. Ladies and gentlemen, very well done on this one, Hazard. All indoor. I don't think nighttime would have made a difference. I see the light change slightly there. We could check it out again at night and talk while we talk about it. This is super impressive. I'm really taken back by this one. I did not expect this amount of detail and complexity going into it. I mean, I recognize the name Hazard from either a Planko friend or maybe a challenge or two. They're still very new to the community with the builder rank. And with that, I think this build here is showing a lot of technical aspects. The way you open up the doors, You know, there's tons of triggers happening here. Decompression, dropping us down, the lights going on and off, even just the swaying of these. I didn't notice that the first time. That's really nice touch there. There's a lot of movers, motion, and animatronics being used throughout this creation. Completely underwater world experience, which again, we don't see a whole lot of, and it's very tricky to do. And I think you executed this area quite nicely. It's really quite creative. And I was really impressed by that squid, the octopus. The way you moved it felt very natural. It's quite impressive. All these just bobbing up and down gives everything a little bit of motion and life. And what you did here with the trick track, I was actually kind of surprised by, because it goes up and back down like a boomerang, and we get that jump scare and reverse. And then I thought, oh, are we gonna go backwards for the whole kind of, are we gonna go back to the station this way? But no, you put the brakes on and then launch it forward again after the track switches. And I don't think we've seen anyone do that yet, where part of the coaster experience is like a boomerang with like a bit of a reverse section, and then back forward again into a completely different experience. And I honestly, like, I think if you have an idea for a boomerang, this is the better way of doing it, because you still get that traditional coaster experience without and that squid there, the way it bends or, you know, moves all its legs and pushes itself up. I thought that was really cool. And yeah, you are turning the coaster in the directions. Now is this actually the spinning coaster? Because I thought it was the multi-dimensional one. I'm not entirely sure now. I know that there is a spinning coaster like this. I'm a little confused, but yeah, this is really cool. Bringing us back in, opening the door, decompressing it, turning the lights on. I mean, it's kind of spectacular, to be honest. It's just a really solid dark ride experience through and through. I'm really, really impressed by this. Well done, Hazard, brand new builder, punching up, looking for that promotion, looking to climb the ranks. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Let me just double check this coaster here. Multiverse Coaster LSM. Yeah, I thought they said spinning coaster. Is this considered a spinning coaster? Anyways, doesn't really matter. This is the exit. Walk through here. Beautiful. It had a great queue as well. I think that's really important as well. The tricky thing is this entire experience is underground. So with that, you had to put it in a box. And there's no way, I mean, maybe there is a way to make this, you know, not look like a sore thumb from the outside. Don't judge a book by its cover, because it's amazing on the inside. You probably ran out of pieces. Trying to make this look like a facility could be pretty hard, but on the same time, I think the intention here is if you were to put this in the park, this would all be buried. You made it a black box for a reason. So the idea is like, hey, I have a giant mountain here and I just stuff the ride into the wall, right? And if that is the way you put it into your park, this actually does somewhat appealing, right? I definitely like this. Oh, there's like a little sub down here. Look at that. No, it's definitely appealing. Oh, you use the pool as well? I was like, is this a lazy river to a grotto? Nope, not the case. That would have been kind of a fun surprise. No, I really like the aesthetic of the queue and the entrance here. Even though it's like a simple basic sign, it pops. Great color palette and fun little gift shop. It is really well done. And again, if you consider that the box is being stuffed into the mountain, I do think it is a nice footprint to place into your park. So it's checking all the boxes for me. Another very, very strong build by Hazard here today. We're getting quite spoiled. Really, really cool stuff. Great dark ride experience. Absolutely amazing. I definitely feel like this is going to be a top contender for the builder bracket. So well done on this one, Hazard. I have no feedback for you. I was quite impressed by the whole experience. So really good job. Really great use of the coaster track. It is a coaster contest after all. And that coaster design, using the way you use the trick tracks, you definitely nailed it all. And you said, someone said, spinning coaster check, haven't really seen the underwater check, and crabs check. You set out and you accomplished what you wanted to set out and did it exquisitely. So incredible job, man. Keep it up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our last creation of the day is going to Water Balloon Fight by Scomble, an unranked and now builder in this community. And here they say, in Water Balloon Fight, you race through the forest, dodging water balloon attacks from your neighbors. It's a launch coaster and has a lot of theming, but has an incredibly low piece count. By the way, don't look at the attic. What? We got hit by a balloon at the very end there. This is ridiculous in the best way possible. This one's taken off. We can switch it and see if there's any nighttime lighting here. None whatsoever. All right, that's fine. We'll go back to day and talk about it. It's ridiculous and amazing. Oh, looks like we're not riding it anymore. Okay, here we go. You put balloons on the coaster train. These characters are ridiculous. I couldn't see what was going on from the first person perspective. See these balloons flying? You don't even notice them. That's kind of why I wanted to check it out again in orbit view, because I was like, am I missing something? Because you put all this work into these characters, movers, but are we actually seeing them from the perspective of the coaster? It's the coaster itself definitely could use a lot more smoothing. Just grab segments of the coaster and just like smash that smooth tool for sure. Something went wrong with the placement as well. A little jump scare there. The characters are adorable and derpy. I love how straight their arms are. It's kind of hilarious. I mean, it's a brand new builder to the game, unranked and now builder, Scomble. First ever build. Darn it, Wookie, we're gonna pull out the oranges. There is some terrain that was not intentional from the creator. That should have been flattened out. Our bad. But yeah, you grab that whole segment and smooth it, and you get like a nice, perfect circle there. Bank it a little bit harder going through those turns, and just refine that coaster a little bit more. But oh, the boarding station's adorable. I mean, you're new, so you're playing around, you're having fun. I think the concept is good. I like this idea of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids stuff. We've seen this before. I think you can really push and make this look like a suburban house a little bit more. I want to explore that, and I like this concept, so I definitely think you could push the theming a little bit further next time, and definitely think about how you experience the experience from the POV of the coaster, right? Are we seeing those characters? Are we seeing those movers? If you're going to put the work into making things move and making things happen and having these action sequences, even the jump scare where the girl popped out here and she went, came at us, you didn't really quite catch it. It happened so quick. So just give yourself a little bit more space and time between your transitions, and then try to hit smooth on some of your coaster transitions a little bit more for the next one. But I think it's a strong effort and for a first-time creator, so welcome to the community, Scomble. All right, wow, frickin' we. Really good stuff here today, you guys. First-time builder, brand new to the game. Love the effort there. I love the effort on the pixel art as well, and you know, it turned out to be a very nice coaster layout and blueprint. So amazing job there. And then Dorie stealing the show with an incredible, I'd say legend quality composition and artistry. Just absolutely amazing. And then the same can be said with Hazard over here, but doing it all on the experience side of things. And this is a coaster contest after all, and the coaster experience is what matters most. And that was a really, really, really good experience. So I mean, I feel like Hazard edges it out on the experience, but Dorie edges it out on the artistry. And between these two creators, I mean, they're in different brackets, luckily. They don't have to compete against each other. But I feel we have some top 3 creators of their brackets featured in here today's video. So really good stuff, you guys. Absolutely impressed by what we've seen here today. Amazing stuff. What did you guys think of our 4 creations here today? Fire away down below. And I want to give an additional shout out to all of our supporters, the patrons, keeping the dream alive. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to support the show as well, you can do so by checking out Patreon. Links are down in the description below. And that is going to do it for today's episode of the Summer Coaster Contest. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.